Mabuhay mga kabarangay! Welcome to another Barangay Canada vodcast. And in this edition, I'm joined by no less than Canada's Minister of Small Business, the Honorable Rechie Valdez. Minister Valdez, welcome again to the program.
Thank you again for having me, Chris. I appreciate your time.
And we also appreciate you taking the time to stop by and share some information with us. And before anything else, I'd like to wish you a happy International Women's Day.
Thank you. Maraming salamat po, Chris.
Walang anuman. And Minister Valdez, let me get right to the point because so today's March 8th, of course, but I believe yesterday you had an important announcement with Minister Mark Miller about a new immigration pilot program. Would you like to share more about this important announcement?
Absolutely. And, first of all, shout out to all the women out there who are listening and watching. Happy International Women's Day to all of you as well. As the only Filipina member of parliament and minister and cabinet, I was really pleased to join both Minister Miller and Minister Yara Sachs to make an important announcement that dramatically affects the Filipino community. As you know, there's a million Filipinos strong, but when it comes to caregivers or immigrants who come through the caregiver pilot, the majority of those caregivers who come to this country are Filipino. And they have contributed so much, like over the decades, their impact on this country to care for the ones we love, for those who are the most vulnerable, to care for our children and our loved ones. I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you to all of the many caregivers and of course PSWs and nurses and healthcare providers who are out there. But this announcement was very, very important because the caregiver community, the caregiver advocates and organizations who've been fighting for this change for like close to 2 decades are finally able to see the fruits of their advocacy and labor. So yesterday we announced that our government has created ways for caregivers to access permanent residency through the home care work immigration pilot. This is a new pilot that we're announcing, and this will give straightforward access to caregivers who are seeking permanent residency here in Canada. And, with caregivers from the Philippines and abroad, they are completely, the best type of care for Canadians because they have so much compassion. They take care of families. And, that's kind of like in us as Kababayans. That's who we are. And it's just incredible the impact that they're having. So I believe that this pilot is going to make a tremendous difference in so many lives.
Is the information about that home care worker immigration pilot program available already on the IRCC website, or is it still going to be rolled out at some future date?
It is available on the IRCC website. This pilot will come into effect March 31st. So within a few days, towards the end of this month, that pilot comes into effect, and there is information on the IRCC website that our Kababayans can go and check out right now.
That's perfect. So I'm going to include that link in the post for this episode. I'm sure you are interested to know if you're eligible for that particular program. So check out the IRCC website.
There's one thing I do want to mention as well. The caregiver community and our Kababayans have also been advocating for one specific change. It's a reduction in the language requirements as well. We've gotten so much feedback around this, and what we did was we made changes to the language requirements, and now it's a minimum of level 4 based on the Canadian language benchmarks. This is a big change. It's going to help our Kababayans from a eligibility perspective, and it gives more chance for our Kababayans to be able to qualify for this program as well.